This idea that you're about to learn about is the reason that some people reach their goals 10 times as fast as other people. This is the idea that explains that when you're in a class or in a boring meeting, that you can barely remember what's just happened in that meeting. This is the idea that when you leverage properly, can speed you towards your goals, propel you 10 times faster than you're going at the moment towards your goals. This is the idea that will let you read any book and remember everything that's written in that book without having to take notes. Put very simply, when your brain thinks that something is important, of vital importance for you to go through your life and get to where you want to be, then it will gift you with superhuman focus. And that's literally what it feels like. Learning how to leverage this is the difference that you need to get you to exactly where you want to be 5 times quicker than you think that you'd get there. This concept is huge. And normally when I'm talking about such a concept, I'd let it sit around in my mind, play around in my mind, but I just had to get it out with you as soon as possible because even a week of not knowing about this trick is a week of progress lost for you. So this is the video that will change your life. But before I get into how you can use this and how you can leverage this, I'm first going to explain what this is and why this happens in your brain. But before I get into that, if you want to become self-disciplined without any motivation and you want to know the quickest way to do that, then click the first link in the description and I've got some free training for you on how to get self-disciplined without motivation. So click that link. But let's get into why this happens. As you go through life, your brain is constantly absorbing data. It absorbs data from vision, hearing, smell, touch, and taste, the 5 senses. And there's 2 different ways that you can absorb this information, through your subconscious mind and your conscious mind. Your subconscious mind can absorb 20 million bits of data per second, and your conscious mind, guess how much it can absorb? 40 bits of data per second. That means that your subconscious brain can absorb 500,000 times more information than your conscious brain can. And what this means is that your brain has to decide what it focuses on. Your brain has to decide whether it's worth spending those 40 bits of information focusing on this one thing or whether it's worth spending on this other thing. This device that decides what your brain focuses on is called the reticular activating system, and this is the device that decides what's important in your life, what you need to survive and thrive in your life, and what's not important. This is why when you're driving to work, you go into autopilot mode because your brain doesn't think that it's important to absorb the information around you, so it puts you into autopilot mode where your subconscious takes over and you don't process the information that's going on around you. This saves energy so that your brain, your conscious mind, can focus on what's important, like we're going to eat for lunch or whatever the case may be. Your brain is constantly trying to save energy by pushing information over to the subconscious brain, where it's much more efficient at like processing information than your conscious brain is. And this is where the hack comes in. You can change what your reticular activation system focuses on so that you focus superhuman-like on the things that are important for you to get on your goals, and that's exactly what I'm going to explain to you in this video. And this concept has changed my life. Before, when I'd read a book, I wasn't able to get through the book. I'd read a paragraph, take a break, read a paragraph and take a break. But now that I've got this concept, I can read any book and absorb it like a machine, and it's incredible. You see, the less important that your brain thinks something is, then the less that it will focus on it. This is the reason that while you're in a class or in a boring meeting, you can't remember what's being said and you constantly zone out. This is the reason that while you're reading a book that you don't fully believe in, you can't read through without taking multiple breaks. This is the reason that you can't charge towards your goals like you hear about people doing, because your brain is comfortable with the state that it's in. Your brain is comfortable just going on your phone and receiving that constant dopamine hit. It sees no reason to charge towards your higher level goals because all it can get is constant dopamine by social media, porn, and on your phone, text messages. Your brain is comfortable, so it doesn't think it's important to charge towards your goals. But if you flip it around, it's the reticular activation system that when you realize that This lesson that you're about to hear is important for you. Your brain narrows in and focuses with unlimited energy and doesn't get distracted. It's this reason that when you're reading a book that you recognize will change your life, you absorb everything that's being said, every single word. You find yourself present to the moment and just absorbing every single word that's being said. When you fully believe that the goals that you're charging towards will have a huge impact on your life, you almost evolve human capacity. You don't get bored. You hardly need sleep. This is what you hear people talking about when they hear their life changed. Because when you hear about all these successful people, all these incredibly successful people, and you hear interviews about how they did it, you recognize that they all hit rock bottom. They all hit the emotional low point in their life, which is when their brain recognized that they needed to make a change, when their brain recognized fully, deep down to their core, that they needed to strive towards their goals. When they needed that, then they started doing humane things. They started making progress that they could never have imagined before. But you don't have to hit rock bottom, because I will show you exactly how you can manipulate, almost forcefully change your brain chemistry to recognize and believe that it needs to get you towards your goals. You can change that. You don't have to hit rock bottom. And that's what I'm going to get into next. The main trick, the main concept that you've got to do is recognize and make your brain completely internalize the connection between doing the daily actions towards getting the goals and to getting your dream life. You've got to make the connection between the system, which is doing the work every single day. You've got to make that connection with getting everything you want in life. And you do that by recognizing the first, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth order benefits. What this means is you write your goal down in a piece of paper or in a mind map. And there's a link in the description for the website that I use to make mind maps. So you write the goal in the middle, or you write the habit that you want to stick. And then branching out from that, you think of as many different benefits that you're going to get from getting this goal or from doing the system that's going to get you towards this goal. So for example, if you want to meditate every single day, then you've got to convince yourself that you've got to convince your brain that this meditating every day will make your life so much better. Because imagine if you told a random person that never thought of meditation before, I want you to meditate for an hour a day, and they didn't even recognize why. Do you think they're going to stick to that? Of course not. So you've got to make your brain recognize how amazing this habit or this goal is. So you write down your goal in the middle. For this example, I'm going to be using meditation. Then after that, you write the first order benefits. Around it, you write all of the different benefits you can think of from getting this goal or doing this habit. From meditation, you're going to be able to focus better. You'll be calmer. You'll be more present to the moment. Now, this is where most people stop. But I know that you're watching this video, so you're not a normal person. Now what you've got to do, this is the trick that's going to convince your brain that doing this habit will change your life. From these benefits, you've got to come out with the benefits that these benefits will bring you. Let me repeat that. From the benefits, you've got to come up with more benefits that the first benefit will give towards your life. And if you don't understand, then I'll explain it to you. So once you come out with meditation, you've written that meditation will help you focus more. Once you have this focus more, meditation will help you focus more. Now from this, you write out all the benefits of being able to focus more. You make a chain of benefits. So being able to focus more, what benefits will this give you? Well, you'll be able to work longer. You'll be able to absorb information better. You'll be more present to the moment. You'll get clever quicker. Now, what will these benefits bring you? By being able to work longer, you'll be able to get more done. You'll become more skillful. You'll get more successful. More people will recognize you. Now, what does these benefits do? And you branch out and out and out until you get your long-term goals, until you get to making the amount of money you want to make, until you get to having deep fulfillment, deep satisfaction, until you get to having an amazing relationship with your wife. Convince your brain that meditation will link you to all of these different things. Delude your brain over the importance of meditation. Convince yourself that meditation will change your life. And this is how you stick to any habits. And this is how you get to any goal that you've ever wanted to get to in life. It's this, by convincing yourself that by getting to these goals, your life will be incredible. And this is the trick towards doing amazing things. You see, Steve Jobs, whenever he's talked about, he had this reality distortion field where he changed reality and he convinced people around him that reality was different to what it actually is. This is what you've got to do. You must convince your brain that reality is not what it's actually like, because Reality doesn't matter. What matters, and this is huge, listen to my words, you must do and believe that which will get you closer towards your goals. Find your goal, reverse engineer everything that will happen. There's a link up there or up there to how to reverse engineer your goals. And finally, if you want to read any book without taking notes and absorb everything that you're reading, then click on one of the videos at the end of this video. And remember, before I finish this video and before you go and watch the video on how to read any book and absorb all the information in it, then click on the first link in the description, which will show you how to become self-disciplined without motivation, and it will show you the quickest way to do that. It's completely free, so click the link in the description. I don't know how long I want to keep that link up there, so click the link in the description. So click one of these videos that are popping up on the side now. Click the one that says how to remember anything without taking notes, and that will show you how to absorb all of this information almost like magic. But that's it from me. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video, because I do videos every single day.